Good afternoon. Once again, John Verlin with On Demand Advertising Solutions with another digital marketing update. This is our 30-second podcast. And I've entitled this, I just posted a 4-paragraph rant against my phone carrier, the importance of social media. Okay, and today, ironically, is the day that iPhone 8 came out and the iPhone 10 that Apple had their big event and announced their new products, which ties into my rant, basically, with my phone carrier. And I'm kind of looking at this as a teachable moment, and I'm seeing myself in my business as more of an educator almost to business owners, as well as a marketing individual and consultant. But I'm having to educate as to why all of these elements tie in together with marketing, social media, your regular advertising, PR, all these different facets all work together to create your branding platform, your marketing platform. But I had recently ended a 24-month lease on an iPhone 7 with Sprint. No problems with the service, everything, but the battery on the phone seemed like it started to hold a charge quite a bit less than I needed. And so I began to think, well, maybe it's time to trade up or whatever, but I didn't want to spend $700. I decided, you know what, I don't need all the bells and whistles anymore. I don't, my actual usage is gone down from what it was a year or two ago, and I began to kind of highlight, which most of us do, what the real features were that I really wanted. So bottom line is, I contacted them. They said, well, your $87 a month fee is no longer applicable. It's now down to $60 because you finished your lease. But if you want to buy the phone, you pay $143 more and you own it, or you upgrade to a new iPhone, and that's another $33 something a month on top of the $60 a month for up to 2 gigs a month or 1 gig a month, whatever it was. So I thought about it, and after 2 or 3 days, decided, you know what, I'm just going to turn it back in. I'm gambling on how long that battery is going to last because the phone's sealed. I'm going to go ahead and just get a $100 phone. And that's exactly what I did, and I love it. I actually got 2 phones. I got a $100 one and a $50 one to kind of play around with both Android, same app, same everything. And so I kept the other one as a backup. When this one dies, I'll go with it because I can change the battery in it, which a lot of these you can't anymore. But this is an older phone. Brand new, though. And I went through a prepaid carrier, Virgin Mobile, which actually I believe runs off the Sprint towers. So basically I'm going from what I had to a lower cost plan of $35 a month for up to, I think they're offering 5 gig a month, which is 4 times more than I was using anyway. At any rate, so that was what I decided, and I went ahead and I sent the phone back to Sprint. 3 weeks later, I see a $87 bill on my credit card. Now, I'm a little baffled because I had already paid everything off, sent the phone back, and now they're charging me for another month. So I contacted them, talked to somebody for 20 minutes. They shifted me up to someone else, who eventually came down to, after waiting 30 minutes, well, we'll go ahead and credit you $53 of that $87 because you were actually 3 days into the new billing cycle. I'm like, oh, well, okay. Yeah, on September 10th, we'll go ahead and credit your account, your credit card, that $53. So I'm waiting. 2 weeks later, I'm thinking, okay, I bet you I'm not going to hear from them. Well, guess what? I didn't hear from them. So I put it on my calendar, and I thought, you know what, this just irritates me. It's not the money as much as the principle. So I came up with a 4-paragraph rant that I was going to wait till 10:30. They agreed to call me, and then I was going to post it on their Facebook page. And I've got this, as you can see on this post. You can see the rant that I posted. After I posted it, within 5 minutes, they responded. Please contact us through private messenger, standardized thing. Well, there were 38 responses to my comment, or 38 comments to my post. And I don't know how many there are today. It's a few days later. I'm sure there's quite a few more. People were going off on them, all this kind of thing. So But I want to talk about why this is important and for your business. Because we sometimes overlook social media. We think, well, I'll get around to it, or I'll post every now and then, and da 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 da. The problem is, if you got a guy like me who's not happy, and I went ahead and conjured up a 4-paragraph negative post, basically accusing you of account misrepresentation and possibly fraudulent billing practices, and that gets in print in front of their 3.5 million likes on their Facebook page, what do you think that's going to look like? Do you think they really care? Maybe, maybe not. But with that many people viewing that kind of commentary from customers, that can get around. I mean, that opens a can of worms, or could open a can of worms. Now, probably realistically won't. They know most people are in debt and don't pay attention to things, and they can go ahead and slip in that $87 charge, and nobody's going to notice, and they'll pay, and da-da-da-da-da. And that irritates me, because I think that's exactly what happened. And particularly the fact they would say, well, we'll get back with you and put that back on your credit card. Never heard a word. That irritates me even more. That's why I did this. But why is this important? Well, if you're opening yourself up to not knowing what your customers think about you and your products or services, and you don't have some sort of engagement on social media with them, or a way for them to contact you besides a phone, you're doing a couple things. One, in my opinion, you're not able to get feedback from them, good or bad, but you're not engaging them early on, as we've talked about in other podcasts, for growing your business. Now, yes, you are going to get people upset, and they're going to vent, but guess what? This gives you a chance to get back with them, find out what went wrong, correct it, and this is all part of your marketing platform, because people will see that you're engaged. They see that you care about them. They see that you're wanting to make an attempt to correct things. And that's all part of your brand image. Now, if you don't have a Facebook business page or a Twitter page or any way for them to visibly online get in touch with you, they're still going to make the rounds through a chamber meeting or over a fence post or whatever. But at least by having some sort of engagement with them, you can prevent these kind of things from having a backfiring effect on your business. And you know that Sprint and all these phone carriers are out there spending a lot of money to compete and bragging about how many new people they just got. Well, guess what? If Sprint were to have read what I said, what I really wanted, they could take what I'm saying and turn that around and make it a part of their marketing. Well, the guy wants a $100 phone with $35 a month. Well, we're already offering $35 a month now. We can go ahead and match that with our competition. Maybe we offer another type of phone or whatever, not to cannibalize prepaid businesses or whatever, that we let them run on our service. But maybe we offer another option, because if they get enough of these, people saying, I don't want to spend that much, and I have a feeling we're going to start seeing more of that in spite of this Apple iPhone 8 and iPhone 10 launch with a higher price tag. I have a feeling, there may be some kickback and pushback to that suddenly they start saying, you know what, the customers are starting to tell us what they really want. Well, that's how you can use that feedback you're getting, negative feedback, and turn it around to find out, all right, here's, maybe you don't even have to do a survey anymore. Just monitor your Facebook page of comments people are making, answering them and getting back with them, and then turning that around to make it a marketable opportunity. That's what I'm talking about. Now, Sprint can make this right by simply getting back. Well, we saw that you only used 3 days of your current billing. We apologize, which I already said, for any inconvenience. But now let's make it right here. Okay, so let's go ahead. And what if they were to take that as part of a marketing campaign? We will not charge you for a full month usage, and we will prorate usage into the time prior to cancellation if you ever do. We're making it right with you. And what comes to mind is this big Wells Fargo fiasco where they made up accounts, charged customers for unknown accounts they didn't even know they had. a huge, gigantic, fraudulent, I can't even imagine anything worse, as big of a bank as they are, to stake their trust and reliability reputation with their customers to so mislead them to brag about it. I don't quite get it. But at any rate, here's 4 things why this is important for you to consider for your business. Number 1, engage in a Facebook business page or a Twitter page. Start that engagement process with prospects and current customers. Okay? Monitor the pages on a regular basis to see if there are any negative or positive comments that you can respond to. That's, again, part of your marketing platform. It shows people you care, you are engaged, and you are alive. You're not hiding behind a website or hiding behind an unknown phone number, that you are for real. And these are, you're answering them. Answer the questions and complaints. Try to make it personal. I mean, I know if you have a big business and a lot going on, well, maybe it's time to hire somebody in-house or freelance it to a social media marketing firm or whatever, because you need to answer these. Because if you let them hang out there and people see that was never answered and it's over a month old, a day old, 2 days old, 3 days, that's unacceptable. That forms the brand impression on the marketing platform I've been talking about. And they're going to assume things about you and your business. And finally, learn from this and incorporate what they're saying into marketing to enhance the customer experience. This is what everybody's spending money on with artificial intelligence and data and all these things, is to enhance the customer experience. That's what it's all about now. It's no longer about, I guess if you're a big CEO, shareholder value and all that, but it all comes down to that bottom line, the customer experience. And you can utilize social media and these positive and negative comments on it from your customers and prospects to enhance that experience for them in a positive way to grow your business. So, read my rant. You can see what I was upset about. I spelled it out. People jumped on my rant comment, to respond, and they were angry about other stuff. It opened a can of worms a little bit, but you know what? In the big scheme of things, with all the customers they have, it probably doesn't really tap much. But as a small business, if you have a couple customers doing this could affect your business. So those are 4 things I wanted to leave with you to consider. Starting a Facebook business page or Twitter page, start engaging prospects and customers, build a relationship with them by consistently posting comments, responding to the questions and any complaints. Learn from these comments and questions and complaints and incorporate that into your marketing to enhance the customer experience. John Verlin can be reached at johnverlin12@att.net or visit the website ondemandadvertisingsolutions.com, and we'll talk to you next week about more on-demand marketing thoughts, ideas, and comments. Have a great day.